Hello again, folks. Now, over in woke Wales, they've just announced plans to introduce a tourist tax, which will start from 2027. And initially, it'll only apply to accommodation, etc. It'll be a couple of quid on top of what you're already paying. But, as we all know, that'll escalate. And then there'll be a tourist tax on other things as well. So there's nothing quite like keeping tourists at bay than by taxing them for being tourists. And Wales depends on tourism, mainly English or British tourists. And I'm telling you now, this will have a detrimental effect on Welsh businesses. They depend on tourism, most of these places. And I should know, I grew up in Wales for 18 years before seeing sense and joining Her Majesty's Armed Forces back in the day. And also, take it from me, these people hate you. Now, I can't speak for most of them, but where I came from, the English aren't the order of the day. These people hold historical grudges against you from being conquered by Edward Longshanks, the bad guy out of Braveheart, right up until you made Welsh school kids wear the infamous Welsh knot around their necks for speaking the native language, and the last kid to have it by the time the end of school bell rung, then they got the cane. And that only stopped in the 60s, but still, take it from me, these people can hold grudges. Now, a good example of lifting taxes and making it good for the economy is when the Severn Crossing Bridge was made toll-free back in 2018. And for the first time in like 50 odd years, people were allowed to cross into South Wales without paying. Who the hell pays to go to South Wales anyway? And there go all my South Walian subscribers without a sense of humour. It's only a joke. Now, the removal of the toll fee saved commuters up to £1,400 a year. That's a lot of money. And evidently, the removal of that toll fee, it gave a 100 million boost to the Welsh economy, which goes to prove the more money you allow people to keep, the more they'll spend. And the more they spend, the healthier the economy. Am I right or am I right? Now, hopefully, by the time this toll comes in, there'll be a Reform majority in Wales, and it's looking like that's a possibility. Because according to polls and figures online, Reform are set to oust Labour in Wales, ending 114 years of dominance. And this is because for decades now, Wales has been mismanaged. You've now got a very woke Labour government who've introduced stupid woke policies. And these policies have done nothing for the Welsh people whatsoever. I mean, where do I even start with this Welsh government? Recently they said that walking dogs in the countryside was racist. So they wanted to ban that. They completely mismanaged the plague when that was on. They wanted to stop people drinking in pubs. They wanted everyone to drive at 20 miles an hour. They spent millions of British, not just Welsh, taxpayers' money on growing trees in Africa. And the list goes on. It's nuts. It's insane. And it looks like the Welsh people are choosing common sense over patriotism, because the brand of patriotism that these woke Welsh parties are giving to the people, it won't benefit them at all. I mean, making them a sanctuary nation. Good Lord. So there we go. The Labour government in Wales want to tax tourists from ever visiting Wales ever again, which will completely screw businesses. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. But if you want to know more of what's going on in Wales, what's really going on in Wales, then can I recommend The Voice of Wales. Both Stan and Dan are dedicated to bringing you the truth. And there we go. That's my video. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments as usual. I'm Paz49. Thanks for watching. And until the next time, Roger Trout.